What's up guys, this is Sam with BallardPhotoVideo.com bringing you a quick update on some recent equipment that I've picked up. Today we're going to be talking about the GlideCam XR1000 and GlideCams in general. Stay tuned. So whether you guys do still photography or videography, honestly I feel like GlideCams are an excellent addition to any form of camera package that you've got. However, I will say that honestly, I was surprised by how difficult using the GlideCam is, and particularly trying to get everything balanced properly and to be able to initially set everything up. The model that I ended up getting is the GlideCam XR1000. Now there's quite a few different brands that do similar fly cam type setups, but the GlideCam is a fairly reasonably priced version. And I believe that this one was around $180 complete shipped. Now this is only going to be good for anything from half a pound to about 3 pounds. Now if you have a heavy SLR, that's something to consider when you're talking about your setup. You can't have anything higher than the rated 3 pounds or whatever it is for your individual GlideCam. So for example, if your camera setup is over 3 pounds total on the top end, you won't be able to get the proper balance to be able to actually shoot and to get steady footage. My number one tip for when you guys are deciding whether or not you actually need a GlideCam is to basically decide how often you shoot video and whether or not you need that steady footage. So for example, if you're going to be doing wedding videography, which is what I'm going to be using this for primarily, this is going to be a great tool. I'm going to be able to get excellent footage to be able to actually get smooth camera holding throughout and to be able to have the flexibility of moving around instead of being stuck on a tripod. Probably my second tip that I want to give you guys about any kind of GlideCam setup is that honestly you need to practice. That's the number one thing anytime you're buying a new camera system such as a GlideCam or Steadicam or any of the other brands. Much like any other system in the photography business, you definitely need to be practicing with all of your equipment. The more acquainted you are with what you're using, the more familiar and the more comfortable you're going to be, and the footage and the photos are actually going to look just as comfortable and just as relaxed as much as you feel using your equipment. Whether or not you need this, you need to think about how much you're going to be using a GlideCam setup in your video situations. Now you can handhold a video camera with IS fine. You won't need a GlideCam for probably 95% of your shots, but if you do master the GlideCam system, it honestly can be worth it. And people do practice and take courses, and people that have been shooting in the field for years and years are extremely good at it, and it does show. But for those that are still learning, my recommendation is to go ahead and buy one if you're interested in getting into fly cam type systems, but be aware that I would not buy it if you have to use the system within even a week from the shoot that you're planning on doing. I would at least allot probably 2 to 3 weeks to get familiar with the system, to practice with it, and to get much better at actually balancing the system. Hopefully I'll be able to upload some further footage as I do become more and more acquainted with the GlideCam system, and then we'll be able to actually talk about some of the different nuances between this system and perhaps maybe hand holding and also doing tripods and some of the pros and cons of each system. So that's it for today guys. That is my opinion on the GlideCam XR1000 and flat cams in general. If you have any questions or want to comment about the video, be sure to do so below, and be sure to like and subscribe to be able to follow some of our content that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.